Hi children, how are you all? Yes, hope all are doing so good, fine. Yes. So good to listen, good to hear that all of you are fine, healthy and always stay healthy. Okay? Yes. Then children, so do you think in our world, okay, peace is very important? To maintain peace wherever, in our home or in the country where we live, in the place we live, if there is peace and calm, quiet, means we feel so happy, isn't it? If there is full of shouting, disturbance, then no one likes. But if there is little peace, means yes, we feel happy. Not only in the house, in and around the surroundings. If we are having a peaceful life without many tensions or without full disturbance and all, if all are living a peaceful life, then it is so happy, isn't it? Yes. So in our world there was war. Before there was war. First World War happened in 1914 and it ended in 1919. Okay, First World War. So those days, country or the world lose its peace. Yes, it caused entire damage, whole damage. It caused a huge damage into the world. First World War, it caused huge damage to the world. So this led to what? Worldwide peace. The desire for peace throughout the world. So what happened? They formed an organization called League of Nations. League of Nations. This is the name of an organization. Why they formed this? Means to maintain peace and security in the world. Because of First World War. First World War, it caused huge damage to the world. Because of First World War, it was a war. Because of that, people lost their lives, injuries, and many problems happened. It destroyed total peace of the world. So they formed an organization that can maintain peace so that no war again should come. But what happened? They couldn't prevent the war. Again, one more war occurred. That is Second World War. Okay. Again, one more war. Second World War. It started in 1939 and ended in 1945. Second World War started in 1939 again. It also caused huge damage to the entire world, and lost the peace actually. Many people lost their lives, got injuries, attacked and all. So then in 1945, what happened? This big nations like Britain, France, United Nations of America, these big countries, nations, they all planned and discussed, and they formed another organization. They replaced this League of Nations with another organization so that they can maintain peace and security in the world. They actually don't want any war again in the world that disturbs the peaceful life of the people. So they wanted to prevent the war, stop the war and all. They want complete peace throughout the world. So they formed another organization on 24th October 1945. They formed another organization which is called the United Nations Organization, with the main aim is to maintain peace and give security to the world. So because they lost the peace, the world lost its peace, or because of this war brought huge damage, the big nations, leaders, they wanted peace throughout the world. So they formed an organization called United Nations Organization, that main objective of this organization to maintain peace and security in the world. Yes, so today we are going to learn about this United Nations organization, its work, its agencies, its how they are carrying its work, its organs. There are many people or members of nations are there to carry out the work. So how they are carrying out the work, what work they are actually doing to maintain peace and security in the world. So we all want to live a peaceful life, isn't it? To maintain peace and security to the whole world. It is not a small thing, isn't it? Yes. So there is a lot of effort behind that, a hard work behind that. So United Nations organization, they provide peace. They helps the world to maintain peace by doing many work. Okay, so today we are going to learn about this birth of United Nations organization. So how United Nations organization formed? Yes, because of this world wars, like First World War, Second World War, caused huge damage to the entire world. So the whole world lost its peace. So the big nations, they together they formed an organization to maintain peace and to prevent the war in the world. That is the origin or birth. Because of this reason, United Nations organization came into being. Yes, so we will learn about this United Nations organizations. Okay. Yes, children, so there are many places, or there are many areas in our country. Even we are living in our country, India, isn't it? So there are many places and regions where poor people are the very needy people, poor people, those who are not getting food to eat, and many people die because of poverty, because of no food. Like that, it is happening in all parts of the world. Okay, in all parts of the world, many people are dying without food, without getting sufficient food, without work. Many people are suffering. So, not only to maintain peace, United Nations organization work for the people, those who are very poor, to provide them food, to provide them education, and also like stopping the war and preventing the war and giving peace and security. So for all these United Nations organizations work. Yes, for the people in the world they are working. Okay, so we will learn about that. Birth of the United Nations, lesson 17. Time to know. The UNO was formed to promote peace and security in the world. Yes, UNO means United Nations Organization. It was formed mainly to promote peace and security, to provide peace, to give peace, to promote peace and security. This is the main objective of the United Nations Organization, to promote peace and security to the world. It works with the operation of its members. Yes, how it works? Yes, many members are there. Members means different countries are members of this United Nations. They together work for this. The UNO has its own entity and functions on its own. United Nations Organization has, they function by themselves. They have an independent existence. Okay. It is not a world government. It has nothing to do with the government. It is not a world government actually. In our country we have a government. They rule us. Yes, India is a democratic country. Here people, they choose the party or the leader whom should rule them by elections, isn't it? And the party which gets the majority more vote, they win, and the leader will become the prime minister, like that. So we are choosing the leader to rule our country. Isn't it? Government, there is a government actually. In other countries also government is there. But the United Nations Organization is not a world government. But it was formed to protect the nations and see that world peace prevails. Why it was formed? To protect the nations, to protect all the countries, to protect the world by giving world peace and security throughout. Yes. The birth of the United Nations. UNO stands for United Nations Organization. It is a world body which came into existence on 24th October 1945. Okay, 24th October 24, 1945. UNO, the United Nations Organization, was formed on which year and date? October 24, 1945. At the end of the Second World War. A Second World War started. Second World War, as I told you, Second World War, after the First World War, after few years, Second World War also started. That is on 1939 it started, and the world war ended in 1945, and 1945 UNO was formed. Its main objectives are security and development. Main aim of this United Nations Organization, UNO, the main objective, the main aim of this organization, why this organization is formed, means to promote peace and security to the entire world. Then, and also development. The United Nations has been made to work for the promotion of peace and security for every country of the world. So main objective is to promote peace and security everywhere in the world. Friendly relations among the member countries. Yes, all the countries should have a friendly relationship. If there are problems, arguments, disputes, conflicts, then only it ends up in a war. Then problems happens, isn't it? So UNO, United Nations Organization, always try to maintain that friendly relations among all the nations, among the countries. They wanted to do that. They're trying for that always. Human freedom and rights. Also, they are working for the promotion of human freedom, the freedom of human beings, the rights. Human beings should have right of freedom to do the work. Development by raising the production of food. Yes, they are also helping this United Nations Organization members. They are working for the development of the countries. In every country there are poor people suffering, and they are dying without getting food, without getting proper education. Many illiterate people are the people, those who cannot read and write. So United Nations Organization is working for that also, for the development of the country by raising the production of food. Then providing medical facilities. Many people are there without getting proper treatment, they are dying daily. So to provide to those people, to those poor people, giving medical facilities. And solution of the problems of children and refugees. Yes, children are suffering, children are dying without getting food, without getting education, children are there. So for that also United Nations Organization is working. And refugees, the people or someone, those who are forced to go from their country, they are forced to fly from their country to another country because of some war, some problems. Some people, they are forced to remove from one country to other country, they are forced to shift. So those are refugees. For them also they are helping. So United Nations main work is for the promotion of peace and security. Then to maintain friendly relationship among the countries, among the nations. And they are also working for the human freedom and rights, and also for the development in all the areas. They are working for the betterment of the people in India, especially the poor people, children, their food security, then their education, etc. The United Nations is trying its best to make all these rights a reality in every country of the world. They are trying their best to make everything possible in each and every country of the world. 51 nations became original members of the UN. So you know how many members are there? 51 nations, 51 countries. They became already the member of the UN. Yes. These all countries together, they are trying for this development, the promotion of peace and security and all. Here you can see the image of UNO headquarters. The United Nations Organization headquarters is at New York. Okay, its headquarters is at New York. You can see the image here. Yes, The Secretariat is another important organ of the United Nations. Okay, so there are many organs for United Nations organization, for United Nations organization to carry out the work. All the work, they have 6 main organs are there which carry out the work. One of the most important and powerful or effective organ of United Nations is the Secretariat. You can see the image here, Secretariat. Okay, yes, it is important or the most powerful and effective organ of United Nations. It is responsible for the day-to-day working of the organization, all the administrative work, all the official work, documents related work, managing the responsibilities, duties, day-to-day, all the work is carried out by this organ, Secretariat. Secretariat, it is the main organ of the United Nations. Secretariat, the Secretariat. Okay, yes, and the Secretariat is headed by a Secretary General. Okay, for Secretariat there is a Secretary General. He is the head of the Secretariat. He is assisted by hundreds of other officers. So to carry out the work, to assist him, to do his work, to help him, there are another 100 officers are there to help the Secretary General. The Secretary General is elected by the General Assembly. How he is elected, you know? By General Assembly. General Assembly is another important organ of United Nations organization. General Assembly, the people who all are the members of the General Assembly, they elect this Secretary General for the Secretariat. UNO has its headquarters at Lake Success, New York. Lake Success is a village in New York. There near it is the headquarters. UNO headquarters is at Lake Success, New York. Then UNO has 6 organs to carry out its business, to carry out its work. What all work it has to be done, they are carrying out by this main 6 organs. However, Security Council is its most important organ. So another important organ is Security Council. They have one organ, General Assembly. Secretariat is the most powerful and effective organ. It is headed by Secretary General, and other one is Security Council, another important organ of the United Nations. USA, England, France and China are the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. Security Council is another main important organ of United Nations. So it has 5 permanent members are there. 5, they are permanent members, means countries that are members of this main organ of United Nations. They are USA, France, England, China. They are the main 5 permanent members. Okay, USA, England, France, China, Russia also is there. They are the 5 main permanent members of this United Nations of Security Council. They enjoy the right of veto, means the power. They enjoy the right of veto means these 5 permanent members, they have the power on the Security Council, which means that the Security Council cannot take any decision without unanimous consent of these 5 members, without the consent, without the permission or agreement of these 5 nations. They cannot take, Security Council alone, they cannot take any important decisions. If they want to take any important decisions, these 5 members or 5 nations, they should support, they should agree, they should give permission. So they have that much power, we say. That's called, they enjoy the right of veto, means they 5 permanent member nations, you know, this USA, UK, USA, then China, Russia, France. These members, 5 permanent members should give permission. They have that much power on Security Council. If any of these members disagree, the decision cannot be taken as valid. Yes, if any one of the member, like suppose France is against, means that decision won't happen, it will become invalid. All the 5 members, all the 5 nations members, they should say yes unanimously at a time without any problem. They should say yes to the decision, then it will be finalized. Otherwise, it won't be valid. In this council, there are 10 temporary members besides its organs of the UNO. There are a number of specialized agencies of this organization. Okay, so in this council, there are 10 temporary members also are there. Security Council total 15 members are there. So 5 are permanent, and other than 5, there are 10 members also there, but they are temporary. Yes. Yes. So we are learning about the different organs of United Nations organization. Okay, so to carry out the work of United Nations means to maintain peace and security in the world, to maintain friendly relations among the nations, and to provide food security, then to give education, to take care of children and refugees, to provide human freedom and rights for all. To carry out all this work, the UNO is trying its level best. For that, many members are helping them. They are the different organs of United Nations, like Security Council, General Assembly, Secretariat. These are the different organs of the United Nations. Help them in carrying out the work. Yes, so Secretariat is one of the most powerful and effective organ of UN. It has a head called Secretary General. He is appointed by the General Assembly. General Assembly is another important organ of United Nations. There are also different members are there. Many members means different countries form its members. They elect actually the Secretary General for the Secretariat. Then Security Council is another important organ. Okay, so we have Secretariat, at the same time we have Security Council also. Another important organ, effective organ of United Nations organization is Security Council. Yes, Security Council, they have total 15 members, but among this 5 members are permanent. Permanent means they are Russia, China, France, in UK, USA. These are the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. 10 are temporary. So whatever important decisions the Security Council has to take, these 5 members should agree. Otherwise, that decision will become invalid. The UNO headquarters is at New York. Yes, so the Secretariat is there, it's a part of this headquarters. It is in New York. Yes.